Okay, in the last lecture we started the three methods for computation of circular convolution. Circular convolution is nothing but a periodic convolution in which we deal with the finite duration sequences of equal length. So there are three methods for computing the circular convolution. The first one is concentric circle method. और ग्राफिकल अप्रोच भी बोल सकते हो आप, ग्राफिकल अप्रोच. सेकेंड वन इज मैट्रिक्स अप्रोच. It is also fastest approach for calculating the circular convolution of two sequences. And the third one is DFT and IDFT approach. So these three methods are in your syllabus for the computing circular convolution. Now first we will see how the concentric circle methods compute the circular convolution, and then we will see the matrix approach for computing circular convolution in this lecture. So let's start with the method first for computing circular convolution, that is graphical method. Graphical method. In graphical methods, the first step is to draw the sequence x1n on circumference of unit circle in anti-clockwise direction. For example, if x1 n is 1, 2, 3 and 4, suppose that x1 n is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So first we will draw a circle, unit circle. This point is defined as x of 0, that is 1, x of 1 equals to 2, x of 2 equals to 3 and x of 3 equals to 4. So we draw the x1n in anti-clockwise direction. This is the first method, and you can say unit circle in anti-clockwise direction. And in concentric circle method there are two circles. So x1 हम क्या करेंगे, x1n को इनर सर्किल में ड्रॉ करेंगे. सो दिस इज द सर्किल, इनर सर्किल. एंड यूनिट सर्किल आप नहीं बोल सकते, यूनिट सर्किल के लिए कोई वो नहीं, क्योंकि कॉन्सेंट्रिक सर्किल मेथड में आप दो सर्किल यूज करोगे विद द सेम सेंटर, ओरिजिन एज अ सेम सेंटर. दैट इज वाई इट इज नोन एज ऑल्सो नोन एज अ कॉन्सेंट्रिक सर्किल मेथड. सो second step is to draw outer circle, draw the outer circle and place the sequence x2n on circumference in clockwise direction. That means this one was x1n, x1 of 0, x1 of 1, x1 of 2 and x1 of 3, and the outer circle will be like this, and the starting point will be same as x1n, so we will place x2 of n, x2 of 0. The outer circle basically corresponds to the x2 of n sequence, and inner circle correspond to x1 of n. So x2 of 0 will be in the same line as x1 of 0. If we draw the sequence, any sequence, लास्ट लेक्चर में हम लोगों ने एक चीज़ डिस्कस किया था कि हमें अगर किसी भी सीक्वेंस को प्लॉट करना हुआ, मान लो अगर हमें किसी भी सीक्वेंस को प्लॉट करना हुआ तो हम करते क्या है, बेसिकली उस सीक्वेंस को एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन पे, हम किसी सर्किल के सरकमफ्रेंस पे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन को में प्लॉट कर देते हैं. सो द x1n इज दिस. नाउ if we put the value in clockwise direction, that is x2 of 0, x2 of 1, x2 of 2 and x2 of 3, then this is the plot for x2 of minus n. So this plot is nothing but the plot of x2 of minus n. अगर हम किसी भी सर्कुलर फैशन में क्यों यूज करते हैं, क्योंकि DFT आपकी जो कैलकुलेट होती है that is in circular fashion. So we all the operations in DFT is performed in circular fashion. So we plot the sequence in anti-clockwise direction if we need x1 of n, and if we need x2 of minus n, then we plot the sequence x2n in clockwise direction. So we will plot the sequence like this. And the third step is, step third क्या होगा आपका, we multiply the each corresponding values. हम क्या करते हैं, मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं. we multiply and add the all corresponding elements. क्या करते हैं हम सबसे पहले, we multiply x1 of 0 with x2 of 0, x1 of 1 into x2 of 3, x1 of 2 and x2 of 2, and x1 of 3 and x2 of 1. So in the third step, to calculate the first point of circular convolution, that is x3 of 0 will give x1 of 0 into x2 of 0. जो भी एलिमेंट्स होंगे, जैसे आपका जो सीक्वेंस हमने प्लॉट किया, उसके बाद ये जो सीक्वेंस होंगे जो कोइंसाइड कर रहे हैं सिमिलर n की डिफरेंट लोकेशन पे, जो करिस्पॉन्डिंग एलिमेंट्स होंगे, इनको हम क्या करेंगे, मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. वी विल मल्टीप्लाई द करिस्पॉन्डिंग वैल्यूज ऑफ x1n एंड x2n, एंड देन वी ऐड ऑल द मल्टीप्लीकेशन. सो बेसिकली वी कैलकुलेट द sum of product for different corresponding values. So the second term will be x1n and x2 of 3. So we will put x1 of n into x2 of 3. Similarly, the third term will be x1 of 2 and x2 of 2. So here we can say that the x1 of 2 into x2 of 2 plus last x2 of 1 into x1 of 3. So we can calculate the x3 of 0 by this. Let us suppose that the sequence x1 is 1 2 3 4 and x2 was let's say it is 1 2 2 and 1. If x1 is 1 2 3 4 and x2 is n is equal to 1 2 2 1. In the last lecture we also discussed that for circular convolution the length of both sequence should be same, or you can say must be same. So they, as we can see, there are 4 elements in x1n as well as 4 elements in x2n. If x2n has lesser number of, or x1n has lesser number of elements, then we will add or append zeros on the right side of the sequence to make the length of x1n and x2n same. So the output of the circular convolution, that is x3n, will also have the same number of elements as x1n and x2n. अगर आपके x1n और x2n में 4 एलिमेंट्स हैं तो जो आउटपुट होगा सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन का, दैट विल आल्सो कंसिस्ट 4 एलिमेंट्स. So we calculated the first element of circular convolution's result. The first one is x1 of 0, that is if we put the values on this concentric circle, then it is 1, it is also 1, it is 2, x1 of 2 is 3 and x1 of 3 equals to 4. Now x2 of 1 is 2, x2 of 2 is equal to 2 and x2 of 3 is equal to 1. So if we multiply 1 into 1, 1 plus 2 into 1, 2 plus 3 into 2, 6 plus 4 into 2, 8. So we will put it like 1 into 1 plus 2 into 1 plus 2 into 3 plus 4 into 2. So the result of x3 of 0, that is the circular the first element of resultant is 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus 8. 3 9 17. So the first value is 17. Similarly, now the step 4 is rotate outer circle in anti-clockwise direction by 1 sample. So the previous sketch of x2 of minus n and x1 of n was 1 2 3 and 4, the values of x1 of 0, x1 of 2, x1 of 3, and the value of x2 of minus n plot was 1 2 2 and 1. That was the previous value from the sketch, that is from this sketch. If we only plot the values of the sequences x1n and x of minus n, x1 is plotted in anti-clockwise direction and x2 is plotted in clockwise direction. Now the step 4 states that rotate the outer circle in anti-clockwise direction by 1 sample. We will rotate just by 90 degree. So after rotation the graph will look like this. If we rotate the outer circle, then the values corresponding to the equations will change. The inner circle will be same as 1 2 3 and 4. That means the values of inner circle will not change because we don't change any और we don't perform any operation on x1. हम किसी भी x1n पे हम कोई भी ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहे हैं, बट हमने क्या कहा कि we will rotate the x2n in this is the x graph for x2 of n and inner circle is a graph for x1n. So we rotate the outer circle in anti-clockwise direction by one sample. That means this value will go here, this will go here, and that means we perform the shifting by one sample. So this 2 will place like here, ये 2 जो था आपका यहाँ रोटेट हो जाएगा, जो ये 1 है ये इस पॉइंट पे रोटेट हो जाएगा, ये 1 आपका इस पॉइंट पे रोटेट हो जाएगा, एंड दिस 2 will take place here 2. Now after rotating one sample we multiply the corresponding value and add all the products. So the x3 of 1 is equals to 1 into 2 plus 1 into 2 plus 1 into 3 plus 4 into 2, that is 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 8, 11, 13 and 15. So x31 is this value. x1 of 0, x3 of 0 was 17 and x3 of 1 is 15. Now the next step is again rotate the sequence obtained in step 4 by 1 unit. So we will again rotate the outer circle by one sample, 1 2 3 and 4. there is no change in the inner circle, में कोई चेंज नहीं होगा. आउटर सर्किल पे हम क्या करेंगे, फिर से एक सैंपल एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में रोटेट करेंगे. दैट मीन्स दिस 2 आपका कहाँ हो जाएगा, इस पॉइंट, ये 2 आपका यहाँ होगा, ये 1 आपका इधर शिफ्ट होगा, ये 1 इधर शिफ्ट होगा एंड ये 2 आपका यहाँ शिफ्ट होगा. सो दिस 2 विल शिफ्ट हियर, ये 2 आपका यहाँ शिफ्ट हो जाएगा, ये 1 आपका यहाँ शिफ्ट होगा एंड ये 1 आपका इस पॉइंट पे शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. तो ये now we will again multiply the corresponding value of the samples and will add them. So x3 of 2 is equals to कितना होगा आपका 1 into 2 plus 2 into 2 plus 1 into 3 plus 4 into 1. So 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3, 13. So x3 of 2 is 13. Okay. Now the next step is to rotate the sequence again by one sample. हम तब तक रोटेशन करते हैं जब तक आपका प्रीवियस सैंपल रिसीव ना हो जाए. दैट मीन्स अगर 4 नंबर ऑफ एलिमेंट्स हैं हर एक में, तो मिनिमम कितने रोटेशन चाहिए होंगे, 4 वैल्यूज के लिए 3 रोटेशन चाहिए होंगे. सो वी हैव परफॉर्म द 2 रोटेशन, दैट इज फर्स्ट इन द दिस when we rotate, that was the plot of x1 in step 1, and when we first rotate then this sequence is achieved 2 1 1 2, and when we rotate it again the sequence is 2 2 1 1. Now if we rotate this sequence again by one sample, then 1 2 2 and 1 will receive, that is same as the x2n. So for 4 samples we need at least 3 rotation. So step 6. Okay, step 6 for this is, if we plot the previous value of the two status of two circles, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. इनर सर्किल पे कोई इफेक्ट नहीं था, आउटर सर्किल की जो वैल्यूज थी वो थी आपकी 2, 2, 1, 1. सो वी विल प्लॉट हियर 2, 2, 1 and 1. Now perform one rotation. Perform rotation in anti-clockwise direction for one sample. Then draw the inner circle, same 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now after rotating the outer circle in anti-clockwise direction by 1 unit, this 2 will rotate here, this 2 will shift here, 1 will shift here, and this one will shift the first point. So 1, 2, 2 and 1. That is the same value, that is 1, 2, 2, 1. We had plotted here, that is 1, 1, 2, 2 and 1. So we had received the sequences in anti-clockwise direction, that is x2 and b है. हम लोगों को क्या मिल गया, x2n मिल गया. आपका क्या x2n है, 1, 2, 2, 1 था और सेम सीक्वेंस आपका रोटेशन करते करते मिल गया. नाउ हम क्या करेंगे, इसके हर एक करिस्पॉन्डिंग वैल्यूज को मल्टीप्लाई करके ऐड करके x3 ऑफ 3 कैलकुलेट करेंगे, जो वैल्यू होगी आपकी 1 + 4 + 6 + 4. मैंने क्या किया है, 1 × 1 1, 2 × 2 4, 2 × 3 6 and 4 × 1 4. So this value is 15. So x3 of 3 is 15. Now if we write the x3 of 3